Kirchhoff's junction rule is a consequence of the conservation of electric charge. And it states that the total amount of charge entering a junction per unit time, which is the current, must be equal to the total amount of charge exiting the junction per unit time. So here we have a junction where the current can flow along two paths. So the current will be different in each path if the resistance of both resistors is different. So we have I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. And at this junction, we have I2 plus I3 is equal to I1. So charge is conserved. So in general, we can write the current entering the junction is equal to the current exiting the junction. And we'll apply Kirchhoff's loop rule and junction rule in the coming example. Find the energy dissipated by the 3 ohm resistor in 5 seconds using Kirchhoff's rules. So let's do that first. So here we can see there are 2 loops, which we'll label A, B, C, D, and A. And we'll travel along this loop in the direction of conventional current. So we'll label the current in this loop as I1. And in the second loop, we'll go anti-clockwise, consistently with the first loop, and label the current in the second loop as I2. So this loop will be C, E, F, D, and back to C. Now at the junction C, the current going in is equal to the current exiting the junction. So if we have I2 along this path, we must have a current of I1 minus I2 along the path from C to D. So in other words, I1 is equal to I1 minus I2 plus I2. So note that I2 entering junction D plus I1 minus I2, which is also entering junction D, results in I1 if we add them together. So that's by Kirchhoff's junction rule. Now by Kirchhoff's loop rule, if we start at a point in a loop, so for example A, and we traverse the loop and end up back at this point, the net change in electric potential is 0. So let's apply Kirchhoff's loop rule to this first loop. So if we start from point A, we have the potential drop across the first resistor, so that will be negative the resistance by the current. And then we have a potential drop across this second resistor, which will be 3 ohms by the current flowing through it. And continuing on, we have an increase in potential across the negative and positive terminal of the battery. So that will be 12 volts. And when we get to point A, we have the net drop in electric potential across the resistors is equal to the net increase in electric potential provided by the battery. So therefore, the net voltage is 0. Now doing the same for the second loop, if we start at point C and travel in the direction of the current, we have a potential drop across the first resistor being 2 ohms by I2, and a potential drop across the second resistor being 4 ohms by the current I2. And travelling from D back to C, we're going against the current. So there's a potential increase across the 3 ohm resistor of 3 by I1 minus I2. And by Kirchhoff's rule, the net change in electric potential is 0. And now if we simplify these equations, we have minus 5I1 minus 3I1, which is minus 8I1, plus 3I2, plus 12 is equal to 0. And now simplifying the second equation, we have 3I1 minus 2 minus 4 is minus 6, minus 3 is minus 9I2 is equal to 0. So from this second equation, we have I1 is 3 times the current in loop 2. And now if we substitute for 3I2 in this equation, we get minus 8I1 plus I1 is equal to minus 12. So therefore the current in loop 1 is 12 on 7 amps. So therefore I2 from this equation is 1/3 of the current in loop 1. So that will be 12 on 21 amps. So therefore the current through the 3 ohm resistor is I1 minus I2. So that will be 12 times 3 is 36 on 21 minus 12 on 21. So that will be 24 on 21 amps, which is 8 on 7 amps. So therefore the energy dissipated in this resistor is equal to the current through the resistor, being 8 on 7 amps, by the voltage drop across this resistor. So remember by Ohm's law, the voltage is the current by the resistance. So what we have is the current through the resistor by the voltage drop across the resistor, which is the current by the resistance. So that will be in joules per second. So what we get is 192 on 7 joules per second, or watts. And therefore the energy dissipated is obtained by multiplying the power by 5 seconds. So that would give 137.1 joules. Now to verify the current in a left loop, using our knowledge on resistors in series and in parallel, you may recognize that these two resistors are in series, which can be converted into an equivalent resistor, and the equivalent resistor will be in parallel with this resistor. So again, you can convert that into an equivalent resistor, and then that equivalent resistor will be in series with this one. And therefore you'll get a single equivalent resistor, and then you can apply Ohm's law, which is the voltage supplied by the battery is equal to the current by the equivalent resistance that you obtained. And then you can solve for the current and verify that it's equal to I1, which I'll leave for you as an exercise.